Hey, openers! Hey! It's Marco's birthday! Hey! Episode 13, Lucky 13, and, no.
Unlucky 13.
Right, I was gonna say.
It's episode season 2, episode 13, but we have 44 episodes, you guys. We are 6 away from 50.
Yes.
That is such a blessing. And I just want to say, openers, thank you all so much. I don't know, for me, y'all see me out, and I'm pretty sure some people come speak to us. Mm-hmm. We are nice people. We will take pictures. Don't get too personal. Be respectful. But like, I enjoy seeing y'all out for real. Like, I saw a couple people at the Fun Spot at what's the one that place called? Virgil's. And Bulldogs, and it's just really, really nice. So, thank y'all for doing that. But we have our first donation from a special opener. Woo! So I just want to say thank you, dog baby. Her name is Keita. She said I can say it. I emailed her. I said, can I just say something? Because you so, thank you. So, Keita, shout out to you for just doing that. And we just love you here. But welcome to the Situationship, where we open an honest conversation about everything from A to Z, as we talk, as it pertains to LGBTQ community and beyond. I'm your host, Rodney, and you can follow me at I am Rodney Wash on IG.
I'm Marco DePrence, and you can follow me at Marco DePrence on IG.
I'm Shazam. You can follow me at _kid and play_.
And I am Solomon E. Stretch. You can follow me on IG at Solomon E. Stretch.
Yeah, so that's how you can do that. And forgot the collection plate again. So this is a collection plate. Just put little dollars in there.
The Lord is not pleased with this collection
plate. The Lord is very pleased.
He don't want to see it.
Well, technically, this is champagne, so it's wine.
He made wine.
Water into wine.
And he paved the way, baby.
No, the whiskey is a different story. But
this is a celebration. It's a wedding.
Yeah. I turned over a new leaf this morning.
Or did you get turned over this morning?
Maybe.
But you can, give us donation, you guys, and, just give us 5-star ratings. We are 5-star bitches, and we deserve 5 stars. And, y'all have really been looking out for us. We want to say thank you for that. And how you can donate, you can click on our website at openrelationshippodcast.com, or in whatever description box you listen to us on, you can click the donate button. And so I want to tell you what to do, for more stuff.
Damn, girl.
Take it over.
And so, yes, we do appreciate all of you openers. And we definitely appreciate... I'm not fucking up, I promise you. We definitely appreciate the DMs. However, we definitely would appreciate it if you like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel. When you are on our YouTube channel, you are having an opportunity to fully engage and be interactive with the page and with us as a podcast. And if you are looking to join us and be a guest on our show, that would be the perfect opportunity to tell us what you think.
Hey, and I'm here for it. Yes. All right, let's get things started. Marco, how was your week? How is your week going?
My week has been going good. I've been off since Thursday. Oof. I feel like I've been drunk since then. But I've been good. I've been doing a lot of reflecting. No, but for real. So this morning I woke up, I went on a hike. And then after that, I got a massage. So I feel like I'm in my...
What type of massage? Like you went to
mind
a massage parlor?
Professional or personal?
Thank you. He said,
was
it's
personal.
my birthday, bitch.
Was the end happy or sad?
It was happy.
Oh, Lord.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm just in this new era, as I was telling Solomon. I just feel relaxed, refreshed, and just the next big one is not until 40. So I don't know.
This is your 30th birthday?
35th.
Oh, okay.
Well, I consider 35 a stone, because after that is 40, 50, 60, or whatever the case may be.
It's so funny. They say really the over the hump should be 35 because the life expectancy for a male is 70, and we celebrate at 50, and very few men see 100. And I'm like, wow, that is so true. A lot of men don't let it be 100. They die in their... I know that's saying right. Let me not say that. Yeah, but happy... No, I ain't gonna say that either. Happy birthday! If I cut your life short,
Please don't. The Lord is still working on me, child. Shazam, how was your week?
It was good. It was relaxing. Y'all probably know this, but I don't like to get dressed. I like to wear athletic clothes. That's my thing. And I had to get dressed 3 times this weekend.
3?
Yes. And I told my friends don't invite me else to shit else.
where did you go?
I went to a birthday party and we had to wear cocktail attire. Then I went to Sunday Fun Day. It was just a lot. And I like to be in Nikes and like
Slides.
no drawers with my sweatpants.
Okay.
Like that's how I want to be at home.
Did you go to Virgil's?
With no mater.
I did not go to Virgil's.
Where y'all went for Sunday Fun Day?
Sunday Fun Day, we went to Colony Square.
Oh, that's lit.
They have
there.
And they have
It's
a
gay?
DJ, baby. No,
And
it's
it's
straight. It's fun.
14th Street?
Yeah, right.
It's
in
like right there.
Midtown.
Yeah, if you go to Colony Square, they have a DJ. She was playing like Brandy, Jasmine Sullivan. Then she took it to like a little bit of like Miley Cyrus air. Like it was really cute.
So it was a mixed crowd.
Yeah, but it's more black because it's Atlanta. But it was great.
Okay, got to find me a man.
You might not find a man there, but it's not giving that. But it was fun.
Okay, well, I'm going there. Solomon, how was your week?
It's been interesting. It's been some ups and downs. However, I went to the Erykah Badu concert.
Ooh.
I seen. Was it
My God,
everything?
it was everything.
I'm shocked that you said that. I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard people say they left.
I don't know anything about that, but when I tell you, State Farm Arena was packed
Said they was
out.
leaving.
And let's see, what else? I was surprised because she did a roll call. So she was like, where are my 60 babies, 70 babies, 80 babies, 90s and 2000s? And when I tell you the stadium erupted when she said 90s and 2000s.
That's so dope.
And I was like, I wasn't expecting that.
Is Erykah Badu auntie age yet? Do we call her Auntie Erykah yet?
Because I think
Yeah. She probably in her
she's
40s.
56.
Yeah.
She's
I think
56.
I think she's 56.
She
She
looks
looks
damn
amazing.
good.
And the booty don't lie.
The booty don't lie.
Let me look it up. real
Booty
quick.
so big.
Do y'all remember when she performed with
Lord,
Kendrick
have
Lamar?
mercy.
And she had on them tiny little jeans, and she had on the hat, and she did "Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe."
Yeah.
Yes.
She walked away.
She's 52.
But mama look good.
She looks so good.
I like her on Housewives.
Erykah Badu on Housewives?
I think
Atlanta?
that'd be good.
Girl, she would put
With a
voodoo
whole
on them
new
girls.
cast.
Oh, what a definitely.
I
what
literally
a
tweeted about that
cast.
today. They need to get rid of all them girls.
Get a new cast. Tied up.
Yeah, they not.
Rodney,
getting-
how was your week? Catch us up, boo. Catch us up, quad.
Lord. I would go home to say goodbye to my brother. He's still here. But like he has made a decision to go on, whatever he had to go on, what's best for him. I was sad at first, but then I found comfort knowing that you have, when you know you're about to transition on to the next whatever it's out there for you. For you, you have the chance to make peace with people and make peace with God versus someone who just died unexpectedly. And it's, so I'm just trying to find the positive about it. And like we all came and just loved on him, and he was just so happy to see the family together, and it's really made me happy that he was happy. And I'm okay that I know that he's okay with what's happening. He's not saying he wants to go, but he's at peace, and that helps me with the grieving process. It won't go away, but like I went home knowing that my brother made peace, and I can appreciate that. So yeah, and I'm okay. I really thought I was gonna be everywhere today, but prayers work for people who've been praying for me, and like every time I want to get sad, it's like joy that fills my heart knowing that my grandmother's over there, my papa's over there. He's gonna be in good company. So like, who want to see grandma again? So I'm kind of jealous. I miss grandma. Grandma win. That's why
I
I'm
miss
talking
my
about.
grandma
Grandma
too,
saying that's
child.
how I'm getting it from. She on the glory, girl. Win it.
Solomon.
What?
He went.
No more
my
champagne
bad.
for you, birthday boy.
It's you, sir.
Oh Lord.
It's you.
My bad, y'all. All right, y'all. So before we get into these streets, we got to show love to our sponsors. Again, thank you, Keita. What's her name? The young lady?
Keita.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Keita, for the sponsorship. And also, if you haven't heard, this is your time to hit the link in the bio. Apple is our official sponsor for Open Relationship Podcast. They're giving you 1 month of Apple TV or Apple Music. So make sure you support us, and it's all appreciated. Thank y'all. So look, So now that we are in the streets, as mentioned before, I woke up feeling like very relaxed, refreshed, and I did a lot of reflecting, did a lot of writing. So I just want to have a conversation. We're 5 months up until 2024 and see how everybody's mental is, how's everything going, and just like, just talk it out for a second. Because that's what I've been going through. So,
Oh, Lord.
overall, I'm good. If I had to grade myself between a 1 and a 10, it'd probably be like a 7.5. Not the best, not the worst, but, there's always room for improvement. Just reflecting over the year of 34 of where I was last year and not being in a good space mentally or emotionally, but seeing myself coming out of that that stage in life. So I'm happy, I'm just happy to see 35. How y'all feeling?
Ooh, from 1 through 10, I'll do that first. I'm at a 7. I'm okay. I feel like I'm doing better in certain other areas of my life, but overall I'm okay. This has just been a trying year for me, just with the job and with everything, life going on. So I'm just trying to keep a positive outlook. It could be worse, So I'm trying to do woe is me because I'm walking, somebody might be wanting to walk, So I just try to, keep positive, but I'm okay. And I think that's good to be okay.
Yes.
Solomon?
Shit. Let me scale it. So I would give it about a 7 as well. This has been. I don't want to say I think I'm in this stage or this space where I think I'm living the stuff that I dreamed of, and it's absolutely great. It's amazing. Like yourself, I am better in some areas as opposed to others, and I have been overwhelmed. And I think my typical MO is to push through. And I think this is the first year, probably, that I'm acknowledging that I've been pushing through for a long time. And I think I've been building up to this place. And I'm not saying that overwhelmed is a bad thing. I'm just saying that when you grow into spaces, sometimes you have to leave things and sometimes you have to adopt new things, and it's just a lot of decision making. And so a lot of discomfort, a lot of dis-ease, but it's still good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say prior to July, I would have probably been like an 8 or a 9. Life is good. Life is good. But July, to be honest, just really beat me down. July was hard. And I always tell my friends, yo, I don't have bad days. Truly, my good days outweigh my bad days. I don't be having... I have, moments where I be like, oh, my God. But it's it's not that deep. Like you said, somebody else is having it way worse. So July really just was, gut punch after gut punch after gut punch. And yesterday, I was just like, July can be over at any time. But I would say I'm still going to rank it at an 8. Bad things happen, but you go through it. The good thing is that you go through it. You don't get stuck in the middle.
Right.
You go through. You're on the other side eventually.
And I think that's a good conversation to have, because overall things are good. Life is good.
Yeah.
And at the same time, good can be a handful.
It can.
Ooh.
It can.
Baby, heavy is the head that holds the crown. Okay.
Yes.
Don't let your crown slip off.
And so, I do this thing where I check in with my friends, and you guys probably get my text messages from time to time, like, hey, are you good? And it's, you just have to check on people.
You do.
Like, we see each other at least once a week. We're talking every fucking day. And still, you know, we still have our individual lives. And, you know, sometimes I'll look at a picture and be like, are you really good? And so I just have to check, and because I have that curiosity. And if you say yes, then I'm satisfied. If you say no, then, hey, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So also, I want to also ask you guys a question too. So y'all know I've been binging Insecure lately. So they play questions in a hat. So Issa asked the girls if you can have one do-over in life, what would be that one do-over?
Jesus, I have.
And like,
so many.
I've seen Insecure over and over and over. I was like, but I don't know what it was today that question stuck out. And what I thought about, so before I moved to New York, I lived in Florida. I always think about the time where this man swept me off my feet and we moved to New York together. I always think about, what if I would have said no? Like, and just went along with my plan. For some reason, that moment, that space, that vulnerability of just saying yes, sometimes it don't sit right with me, but then I'm just like, damn, like, what if I would have said no? So that would be mine.
Mine would be my college choice. I would have chosen to leave Mississippi and go to like the college I wanted to go to, which either was FAMU, Morehouse, Artist College in California, but I was scared to leave my family. And I always wondered, like, what if I would have done that? You know, like how life would have been. Because moving to Cali from Mississippi, that would have been like a big change for me. And I was like, what if I just would have left and said, okay, family, bye.
I'm about to go live my best life.
Yeah. I would definitely go to Cali. I'll go to Cali.
Mine would be the same. So, I would have gone to the Air Force Academy.
Really?
Yeah. I got an invitation to go to the Air Force Academy, and I turned it down to go to a university that was closer to home, but still far enough, out of fear. And I think my life would have been a lot. Well, I don't know. I think my life would have been different. But that has always been a what if.
I don't know. I really don't. I actually hate this question because I'm always like, no, like I did everything where I'm supposed, like I'm where I'm supposed to be. You know, like what if, like to me that's just like, okay, I didn't do it, but I don't think I have one.
But I don't think it's a question like, do you have regrets? But it's just like, if you could do it over.
There's nothing that really passes my mind that makes me be like, I would redo it and do it different.
Really?
I am very much so. I think about a lot of shit before I do it. Like I
can see that.
I literally like really contemplate things. Like before I bought my car, I literally called my parents for like 2 months straight. Like I want to look at this car. I want to look at this car. I want to look at this car. And when the car was still there 2 months later, I was like, okay, let me go get it. Like I'm very strategic with my movements. So a lot of times I just don't want to ever be in a situation where I'm thinking like, if I would have. Now there have been some rash decisions I'd be like, oh, I'm going to do it, like no matter what. But then most of the time, if it's something big, like major, I think about it really, really, really long before I do it.
I love that. I need to get better at that.
I'm in so impulsive. I'd be like,
Snatch.
let's go. USM it is. Hi, girls, I'm here.
Not high girls, I mean.
Okay. Hello, pulled up. All right, that's what I had for the streets. And yeah, that was just on my heart. I just felt like every year around my birthday, I do a lot of reflecting. It's the 7th month of the year, so I know you was like, damn, like 5 months left until like the new year. But like it's
happening.
Yeah, it's happening. So
getting older. Before we move on to your topic, Eric, Shazam. Yeah, Shazam.
Girl, you're gonna catch a lawsuit. I have to send you a cease and desist.
Look, I'm like, oh, girl. But no, but I really want to talk about the girl who went missing in Alabama real quick. And it's not really what happened. It's how disgusting the comments was when it was pertaining to people saying, I wasted my prayer. I don't know what happened.
Ooh.
And that was so nasty for you to call yourself a Christian and you
Do they?
say that's what they say, child. And look, I can't put you in heaven or hell. They say they Christians, but I read it. I cried because, like, imagine you reading that stuff. Like, you wasn't there when whatever happened. That's her whatever reason to share or not share. But like, first you praying for me. Oh my God, please find this girl. She's found, and now y'all mad because they won't report what happened.
And the investigation is still ongoing.
Ongoing. I'm like, y'all bitches are dumb. Like, and I don't want to cuss, but like, if they can't tip off the people, like, they don't understand it. Like, it hurts my feelings. Like, imagine you being a parent and you go to the shade room and say, oh my God, thank y'all so much for doing it. Then you go and read comments like, well, I done wasted my prayer. She should stay abducted. I said,
I think I'm going to say this. Please don't beat me up, y'all. I wish that the parents would have stayed quiet. The parents recently got on some news show and they made statements. And if you know anything about being interviewed, being on the news, they're going to ask you questions that they want answers to. And they asked them a lot of questions. And the mom was like, we can't talk about that. When we're ready, we'll talk about it. We can't do this. We can't do that. And it's like, you shouldn't, like, I don't think they should, like, whoever is, like, if they have an attorney, if they have a PR person, whatever is working with them, I don't think they should have gotten on the news because they weren't ready for that. And I think the media has a way of pulling people apart and depicting them a certain way. And people know that this, like, story blew up. And people already in the comments like, oh, this is going to be a Netflix movie. Like, saying disgusting shit.
and saying she's a new Jessie Smollett.
Yeah, like, they were putting her picture next to stuff like that. And it's like, her parents are thinking about all that and then made the decision to go on the news. I just wish somebody would have said, let's not do this shit. Like, the investigation is still pending, all that kind of thing. But I think that we have to start protecting each other. Like, people are tearing her up in the comments, the mama and the dad and the daughter. And it's like, y'all, like, we have to protect each other because they're going to tear us apart. And y'all know who they are. So
It's just horrible.
So we have to protect each other. But when I look at the comments, it's us attacking her.
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, we still have to protect each other. I'm saying the people in the comments are right. I'm saying they're wrong.
No, I'm just saying, like, because, you know, there's already so much against Black people. And there are white children, people who go missing all the time. And there's this outpour of sympathy, and, you know, there's always like, oh, and when they're found, oh, blessings and hallelujah and this, that, and the other. But as soon as a Black person goes missing, you know, Black people be like, something fishy. I want to know what happened. Da 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 da.
Crabs in a barrel, child.
Okay.
And look, at what point are we going to stop attacking ourselves?
I want to say this. When I went home, we went to the plantation where they owned our family. And that was just, I never went because I get very emotional to think about all the, like, walking the same path where my ancestors got beat on and raped on. And I finally went. My cousin's like, I just want to go. I really think you should go, because I never went. And just seeing how Black people slept and how they strategically, like, put dark skins in certain area, light skin in certain area, like, that shit was well planned out. Like, you think that because you was in a house, you was a cook, that you had it better in the field. They all went through their own trauma. That's different trauma. You know what I mean? Like, who wants to get raped every day versus get beat? Like, you can't compare the two. It both was bad. You know what I'm saying? And when I walked in the big house, is what they call it, I just felt like all the anger and rage, like, from the walls this wall has like seen and heard. Like I would just. So I say to say like we have been mentally fucked for a long time, and like we have to do better with it. We have to do better. And stop being so put like just say you win something. Mm-hmm. First, it's all Black Lives Matter. We support you. Oh, but he's light skinned brown. Oh, I'm light skinned. Oh, you're dark skinned. But like we depict each other so much like it's just it's nasty, and that bothers me. And that's why I don't have anybody praying for me. Because, bitch, I don't need you praying for me. You feel like that. Don't pray for me, ho. Don't pray for me.
I think the media just makes it way worse. The media makes it extremely worse. Social media, the news, everything makes it worse. Because, like you said, in social media, the comments are terrible. The comments on that, the comments on the gay marriage, like, and it's always black people, you know. And it's unfortunate because when you talk about things like gay marriage and black people are like, oh, this should be illegal. And it's like, bitch, do you not realize that if they take away gay rights, yours is next? Black people on the table next. Like, let's be clear.
Child.
But I won't go there, child.
They're about to put us back in the box.
Baby, I had to argue. I was arguing with a straight man the other day. I did not want to talk about this. I was arguing with a straight man on Instagram. And he was talking about how... So you guys saw there is a young lady who was a Democrat, and she was in District 56 in Atlanta, which is Bankhead. And she flipped Republican because she said her colleagues didn't support her because she wanted school choice. And school choice does not benefit African Americans. It doesn't. Because typically it's like a raffle program, things like that. Then you have to have the resources to get your child there. This straight man tried to argue with me about she's trying to protect our kids. And I was like, broke it down to him statistics. And he was like, well, your fruity ass is just talking. I was like, girl, what's that got to do with anything, you dumbass bitch? I was so mad. But nonetheless, that's off topic. Go for it.
What issue?
Yeah. Go ahead and take it over.
Piss me off again. Okay. Situation with Shazam. Marco, happy birthday. That was a good topic.
Thank you.
Really want to keep... Ooh. Girl, they done got me hot and bothered and pissed me off. That man made me so mad because he didn't know what he was talking about. But Situation with Shazam, always a topic that's a little spicy, something we can relate to, and it's going to be named after a song. So we're going to take it back, slow it down, a little R&B, Your Eyes Escape.
Yes.
Y'all know that song? Your Eyes? Okay.
I was listening to it on
he had a
really
little
got
throwback.
hot and bothered about that man. It pissed me off. Okay, anyways. So, Your Eyes Escape. Y'all know I be hot all the time. Your Eyes Escape. Eye contact during conversation. So the way I brought this up is because I was literally in the bar and this man, he like was trying to get my attention, but every time I went to go talk to him, he wouldn't look me in the eyes. And I was like, look me in the eyes. And my friends were like, I was like, y'all, that doesn't bother y'all? So how do y'all feel about like eye contact with strangers or when somebody's trying to talk to you or something like that? Because eye contact is important to me if somebody's trying to get to know me. Solomon, it's not fucking funny. I'm having a hot fun.
But he liked the kind of girl.
I'm going. I paused on men a long time ago, y'all. I'm having that change.
I'm very much so like give me eye contact when we talk, bar, work, even when we, you know, have our conversations here, because I think it's like a level of respect. Like, enjoy the conversation. If you're not liking it, just, you know, you can move to the left, no Beyonce, but
always Beyonce, boo. Always.
True. I'm very big on like eye contact, especially when it's like a serious conversation.
You got 5 seconds, look me in the eye of the bar. Baby, after 5, I'm either walking to you, walking to me. I'm not finna be staring at you all day. This is not a fucking staring contest. Like, that's stupid to me. And then when you walk over, or they walk up, what's up? Hey. What you in tonight? Out with friends. Like, bitch, what do you want?
Talk to me.
Talk. Like I'm saying, bitch, talk. What do you? I mean,
my name is.
I
live here. I live down the street. So what do you plan on doing tonight? Because we can get there if you want to get. I'm sorry.
I'm with you. We here.
We went really far there. Y'all went all the way down the street.
Depending on what bar we at.
But I feel the same way. Like I don't like engaging in conversation with people at work or anything, and you're like looking down. That bothers me. My dad, I used to do that. I used to be that person who like look away. And my dad like, stop doing that. And like, damn, Dad, what I do? I just want to look in your eye. Like, he was like, that makes you look. It makes you look cowardly. I'm like, as you get older, you be like, Dad, that's true. Cause we talk to somebody, it's a record. They all like this. Like, yeah, you know, I feel the same way too. And you know, you look weak.
Solomon, what about you?
I am big in eye contact. I love eye contact. So if I'm having a conversation,
Dr. Pepper.
No, right?
He looked at me. I said, "Shit."
Dr. My Pepper.
Yes, Marco.
I'm sorry, y'all.
You're on fire today. I like it. I like
but
it.
so when you first brought this up, I'm really big into eye contact, especially like if I'm presenting or if I'm just having a casual conversation. I want to be engaged with the person, right? I'm also the same way when it comes to like Black people, strangers out in the street. And so if I walk past you, I'm going to look you in the eye. I'm going to give you a head nod. I'm going to acknowledge you. One of my biggest things is like, I think so many people, but especially Black people, walk through this world feeling invisible. At some point in their lives. It doesn't have to be all the time, but at some point in their lives. And I feel like if I just walk through, if we come into contact and I acknowledge you, at least you felt seen for a second.
Oh,
That was good.
And then when I saw your eyes escape, and I was like, eye contact. I was like, oh, we talking about eye contact during sex.
Oh, no, because I wanted it to be like just general eye contact. Because if it was eye contact during sex, I was going to name it Look Back at It, Trina.
Good one.
Yes.
You know, I love a good song.
I got an ass so big like the sun.
now.
I want to run.
Slap it in my face.
Shove it down my throat.
Nigga, why you playing?
I can make this pussy smoke.
I know how to
Fuck.
I know how to ride.
I can spin around and keep it still inside.
Now your mouth wide. Looking real scared. I'm a man eating handhunter. I'm prepared.
Yeah, you want it now. I can't stop sweating.
Shout out to the baddest bitch, Trina. Go
Trina
on.
ate that up, baby.
Trina,
Them
come on the
lyrics-
show, girl.
Yeah,
Them
girl.
lyrics
You got
are
your
gold.
flowers up here.
So Solomon, because you took us to this topic, talking
they be
about
leaving-
sex conversation, sex eye contact. That's how they went off like
They be
that.
trying to leave her
So,
out the
Sarah, how you like your
conversation.
sex
Yeah.
contact with the eyes?
How do I like my sex contact with
With
the eyes?
Straight.
Yes.
How do you like it? Yes.
That is my answer.
So even in outside of sex, like business conversations, regular things, everybody's already made sure that they like eye contact. Do you think like does that make people uncomfortable?
Yes.
Because there are some people that do not like to look in eyes. Like that man at the bar, he bought me a drink, was talking to me, all this other stuff, and he would not look me in the eyes. He would be looking behind me or looking to the side, and I'm just like, girl, like, are you okay? Or are the lights on up there? Like, what's going on?
What are you on?
I would have walked away.
Thank
I
you
got all
so
my
much
juice
for
paid
your.
for.
I was about to say, he
not
got his
walking away
drinks.
nowhere. Gonna get my
You
drinks
look
paid for.
special.
So my manager at work,
I thought
whenever
you was
we
gonna say
have
my man. I was just like, oh.
no, manager. Like whenever we have like our one-on-ones, our monthly reviews or whatever, the young lady does not look me in the eyes whatsoever. And I'm sitting like this, like making sure, like, no, like you can follow me, but she's also a YT type of individual, and I'm always giving her what it is because you're not about to come at me in this one-on-one.
I love my one-on-ones, man. I be prepared. I have my statistics
Notes and
ready.
everything, okay?
You failed. No, bitch. I succeeded. Look at page 2. Reference 1A.
I was gonna say box B. So, like you kind of just said it. Does it make you like lose trust for people if they won't look you in the eyes? For me personally, if someone can't look me in the eyes when they're talking to me, I think you're lying to me. What's going on? Especially if you're one of my friends or you're like somebody I'm like dating. If you can't look me in the eyes and I'm an Aries, I'm only asking questions I don't know the answer to. So you better look me in my fucking eyes.
Ooh.
It depends. Like if we having like a fun conversation, that's one thing. But if we are having like a serious conversation where it needs contact, okay. But like if we just kikiing and ha-haing, like I don't require.
If it's
eye contact.
kikiing and ha-ha for me, still, if we sitting on the couch or we sitting at a table like this kikiing over champagne, look me in the eyes.
Yeah, like I don't understand how can you talk. I'm not over here. I'm right here. Who's over there? Bitch, it's the ghost. It's a cat.
You said Casper?
Girl, who you looking at? You got me scared, bitch. Is something behind me?
And it's not, even if you don't look me in my eyes, make me believe that you look in me in my eyes. Like,
Okay.
there's a lot of tricks to, like, look at somebody's forehead or, like, look at, like, you can look at something else that makes them feel like, makes them feel like Siri was talking. She was trying to look me in my eyes. But it's other things you can do to make people think that you're looking in their eyes. So it really drives me wild. But Why do y'all think people shy away from eye contact besides being like uncomfortable with it? Like, what would you say are reasonings that if someone like doesn't do it?
I
For
say
me-
they're nervous.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's a confidence thing.
I think
some
it's a
people can't
confidence
look
thing.
in
I
the
think
eyes.
people who engage in eye contact can be a little bit more dominant.
Mm-hmm.
And like if you stare at somebody in the eyes for are you okay?
Yeah.
No, his mind's in the gutter. Pick it up.
It is.
Pick it up.
So if you stare at somebody in the eyes and you're like locked in and you're engaged, it's kind of like, you know, playing chicken, right? And so like the first person who breaks away, you kind of lose.
The only time I don't like eye contact is if I'm in the gym. If somebody looks me in the eyes in the gym, I'm like, this is very weird, and it feels like you're
Well-
like being nasty with me.
I agree.
If you're cute, you can't be nasty with me.
If I'm sitting
Do the
somewhere in the
squats.
gym, ooh. If I'm doing anything in the gym,
That was not a squat. That was a ride.
okay, that was a pulse.
You
But I
better
Not a
turn it
pose.
on.
It was that wasn't a, I don't know what the, my business.
You know what that was.
You know when you hold a dumbbell, you go.
Oh, yeah. I know the dumbbells. Yeah, you're right.
That ain't the way I
on
do.
your
Simon,
side.
that's how you do your
If
squats?
that's what you call it.
Baby, that ain't how I
Can't
do
do
mine.
this. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's all I want to talk about was just eye contact. I think that it really it drove me up a wall. See, this is why I'm paused on men, because the last two conversations I had, the men then drove me up a wall. The man on Instagram and the man at the bar. Paused.
So did y'all swipe numbers? Swap
No,
numbers?
you can't look me in my eyes. You're scary.
Thank you for the drink, sweetie.
Bye.
Thanks.
See ya.
See you next
About to go
time.
find my girls.
Oh no, they got drinks too.
Oh.
Well, bitch.
We're giving everybody drinks. No, that's come on, y'all. That's a rule. Like if a dude buy you a drink and you with
buy
your
me
friends,
and my friends
yes.
drinks.
And if he
Leave
don't,
that.
oh please. If he don't,
Nah, baby.
no, bye.
You ain't make the cut, sis.
That's like a pressure test. Like you just gotta be like, oh, okay, I'm with
No,
my
I'm not you not buying no
not-
drink for these hoes.
If it's 12 of my friends with me, no. But if I'm with like 2 or 3 of my homeboys, I'm
No.
like,
2 or 3?
Cause you want
yes.
me. I don't need you adding. I don't need my friends.
Are you serious?
You free game right there, so I can't get
No,
mad.
that doesn't
bitch.
make you free
You
game.
get my drink to here. You could buy my drink here, Michael. Did you go to Michael? I'm like, bitch.
No, but it's not. It's not like Marco. Like my friends are asking for drinks. It's just I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm with my homeboy. Like, yes, you're finna get him a drink.
I'll
Can
look at
I
her
get
and
2
say,
tequila and pineapples,
I was
please?
like, no.
I'll buy
I said, what do you want?
Okay.
Child,
Now, we can take this shot and you can leave.
I wish a nigga would.
We're gonna test this theory tonight.
Okay.
If y'all are with me, I bet you your drinks will get paid for.
I-
What did New
Well,
York
I'm
say?
not-
Look at the material here.
Material girl.
That was a good one.
I wish my chair would have spun all the way around. Ooh, y'all are 30.
Ooh.
Girl.
I need a refill.
Yeah.
Not.
Go ahead, Paul. You're in trouble.
Yeah, promo troubles.
Not
Go
you.
ahead.
Is that a Southern thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead,
I've
Simon.
never
Now,
heard
now
that.
you're talking about, oh, I need a refill, and then you go to pour his first.
That's why I stopped.
All right, so I hate to shift gears a little bit, but I think going back to what Shazam was saying a little while ago, July has just been a rough month, and some of us have really just been through it. So I told you when we were starting that my week has been up and down. So it started with the Erykah Badu concert, and it was absolutely fucking amazing. It was like being in an arena full of like my tribe, and I felt very energetic, and I felt absolutely amazing. And then Sunday I get this call that one of my god babies had died. And so the previous week, or I think it was the previous week, I was here, I was celebrating the birth of a godchild. And then I just get this news that another one passed away. And it's the same family. And so that's a lot, right? And so, I know that we have all experienced and are experiencing this grief. And maybe the sense of mourning. And so I just wanted to check in with you all. Because number one, I have to acknowledge that I've been going through it. And I'm typically the person who, like I told you guys before, like I push through, or I busy myself with work. I'm really good at being the Patty from Why Did I Get Married, right? But I'm not like in the background going batshit crazy. I'm not that person. I'm not locking myself in the house and crying and breaking shit. But I do have my moments. And so, you know, let's have a conversation. I wanted to have a conversation about like how do we handle grief?
This is an interesting topic. As you all know, I had a friend pass away like 2 weeks ago at this point, 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I feel like we're like kindred spirits. Like, I definitely agree. Like, I'm the Patty. I'm like the strong friend. Like, oh, I'm gonna be okay. Like, da-da-da. But when I first got back, I was in Chicago when it happened. I got back to Atlanta, and like anytime I was by myself, I would cry. And I was like, okay, like this is not good. So then I was like staying the night with friends. Like, it went like 3 or 4 days before I went home. And my mom texted me, and she was like, I've been watching your location. You haven't been home. I'm like, Mom, every time I go home, I start crying. And finally, like the day I went home, I had like a breakdown, like just in the bathroom, about to get in the shower. And I was just like, this shit is real. Like, you know, so I think you have to like, for me personally, I think this, like, everyone deals with grief differently. But for me, I had to acknowledge it. And on top of acknowledging it, I had to sit in it. So I called my mom when I was crying, and I was on FaceTime with my mom. And I probably cried on FaceTime, not saying a word, for like 45 minutes to an hour. And it was just like I had to sit in and acknowledge it because I was running around and doing everything else except for trying to recognize what had happened. So it like when it finally was time for me to be at home by myself and acknowledge it, I was like, wow, like this is real. Like you cannot hide what you're going through, you know? And it just made me realize like maybe you're not so good at grief as you think you are, you know? And yeah, I think for me, I just have to sit in it, I have to acknowledge it, and then depending on like what the person's faith is or like what the family desires, like for me, I have to like sit in it, acknowledge it, and I almost have to make peace with it before I go to the services for me. That's just me personally.
I have two different grievance. If it was expected, I miss you. But like I had time to cry, get it out, yell, scream. So I had time to prepare, right? Like when my grandmother died, I knew she was going to die. So like I didn't cry as much at the funeral because I cried before it happened. Because I knew it was going to come a time I would never be able to touch you again, hug you again. So I handle grief better with it. But when it's unexpected, like my grandfather died, that killed me. You're angry. You wish you could have done or said more. Gave that last hug, gave that last kiss. Wish a conversation could have lasted longer. You know, you wasn't that busy to talk when they wanted to call and talk to you. You have so many emotions running through your head. It's hard. It's hard. You really do. You feel guilty. My papa damn near killed me. Like that death, it took me literally 8 months to get over it. Because it was just so unexpected. And I just remember him. I was at his house, at my grandparents' house. He was like, take my picture, Tater. That's my nickname. Don't ask me why. He said, take my picture, Tater. I'm like, Papa, why you want to take a picture from my phone? He like, take my picture, Tater. So he grabbed my phone. He said, how you do it? I said, Papa, you pressed the button. He pressed it. And I said, my Papa knew something was going to happen to him. And I look at that picture to this day. Like, I transferred it from every phone. It was an iPhone 8. And every phone since then, I just transferred the picture. I'm like, my papa gave me, I try to think, like, that's like my goodbye present. Like, he knew that he was going to go. And I'm like, you nigga.
You know, a lot of people say, like, the older folks know when they're about to leave. And they start getting their things in order, child. So,
for me, so my grieving process is a little bit different. So my mother, was the only child, so I never had like aunties, uncles, like cousins. So all of them passed away early. So I'm experiencing like all my friends passing away. So which hits a little bit different. But I don't do funerals very well. I like to cry in the shower. So I feel the emotion, but like I don't want to see all the tears over my face, if that makes sense. And I'll just like soak in the bathtub and just like go through it, and then like however long it takes me, I'll just get back up and just like get back to daily life.
I wish I could do that, child.
Yeah. I mean, my showers and baths ain't the easiest. Like, I be going through it, like, candles and incense and just, like, in my own space so much like you. But, like, when I reach out to my friends, it's more so like, okay, so I need help. I just want to stay the night. I don't want to talk about anything. Like, let's get some wine. Let's get some cheese and crackers. And, like, let me just be in your space versus mine. Mm-hmm. So.
And, you know, I think this is an important topic because, you know, in the LGBT community, LGBTQ plus community, you know, we often talk about, there's this, like, ageism that happens, right? But as you get older, you start to experience more grief. You start to see more and more people that you know pass away. And with the natural order of things, you know, we lose our parents, and maybe we lose our friends. And if you're lucky enough to get to your 40s and your 50s and your 60s and your 70s, you're going to experience these things. And so I don't know if that's something that we actually value as much as we probably should. And, you know, it's interesting because you this was a topic that we've been wanting to have for a while, and you know it's one that you brought up, and you know today's your birthday, and then we've had these recent experiences, but are we valuing the relationships and the life that we're living as they are right now? And I ask that because, you know, I'm 41 and I'm already having these conversations with my parents. My parents was like, well, my mom is like, in the bottom drawer, this is the outfit that I want to be buried in, and you know, these are all of the arrangements, and this is my last will and testament. And my dad is like, well, this is what I want to happen with all the assets and this, that, and the other. And then I'm just like, I mean, we've been having these conversations for a while. But now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, I'm going to have to, like, take these conversations seriously. And then I'm also noticing, like, my mom sent me this text message today, and, like, she has these beautiful Asian style. I don't want to call them Oriental, but these Asian style. But I think that is actually the phrase. These tables. But she has them hanging on her wall. There's these big brass tables. And she sends me a picture. She's like, do you want them? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And then maybe a few months ago, she was like, oh, do you want this trunk that has been in our family since forever? And I'm just like, absolutely. You're not going to give them the goodwill or anything. And I'm just like, wait a minute. Are you cleaning the house? Woman, what you doing? And so, like, these are some real thoughts and these real conversations. So
those combos hurt.
It hurts like hell.
Those combos hurt so bad. I'm 31, so 10 years younger. But like I remember my mom like sitting. I have a sister that's older than me, and my mom sitting us down, and she just saying like, "Okay, I want to talk to you about something." We're like, "Okay, girl." Like we laughing, like going, and she's like, "Okay, here's this," and like pulls out like insurance policies, and, like all these different things that are pertaining to like her assets and things like that. First, I'm like, "Okay, girl, you paid," but secondly, I'm like. Okay, like in my mind, I'm like, why are you doing this? Like it scared me. I started crying. I am emotional. And my mom was like, why are you crying? And I'm like, Mom, because why are you doing this? And she's like, because people are dying every day. You don't know why people are dying. My mom is older. She's not that old, but she's always been to church. And she was just like, people die, they never died before. So she said that, and we started laughing. But she just said, I don't want you guys to ever be in a situation where something happens to me and you don't know where anything's at.
Right.
That's so
because
true.
there are so many like African Americans who don't have life insurance. They don't have wills. They have all these different things going on. And when people die, Like, when somebody dies, they're leaving their kids and their family with bills. And my mom's exact words were like, I don't want to leave y'all with bills. I don't leave y'all with stress. Like, this is how I want everything. You know what I mean? So I think those conversations do hurt, but they are important to the Black community because a lot of people, like, probably could have saved themselves some stress and saved their family some stress had they had these conversations and had these things in order. We're already going to be grieving about someone's passing.
So
now
true.
I got to worry about if, like, I'm going to have to pay for the funeral, or if Aunt Jackie that we never talked to going to have to, like, we don't want to have to worry about all that. I don't have an Aunt Jackie, but I'm just saying, like, you don't want nobody to worry about that. So those conversations are hard, but, like, kudos to people and, like, the older aunties and uncles that are having those conversations with younger individuals. And hopefully it inspires, like, younger individuals to think, like, do I have life insurance? Do I have this? Do I have all my stuff in order? Because you never know what could happen.
First one says, everyone, whoever is listening, get a life insurance policy. That's number one.
Period.
People dying, like, literally every day. Every freaking second. Secondly, I appreciate when my grandmother, before she passed away, she had all her kids come in and made us videotape it about what each person got what. Because, like Shazam said, you already grieving. You already are going through so much. So have to plan a funeral, have to find money, have to do that. That is a lot of fucking. Like, I had to plan my papa funeral because my dad was like this, not mentally there, and my grandmother was mentally there, and my uncle was just a piece of shit. He don't do shit anyway. So I'm trying to grieve and bury him, and then on top of that, I don't have time to grieve because I have to be strong. Because if I don't do it, it's nobody's going to do it. I had to call his cousin. Where did my papa go to school at? Where, like, what did he do? What, like, and this, you know, that's a lot. So when you have something that's kind of like not done, like pre-planned, I would wish how my grandma went out, how my papa would have had something at least done or written. Because planning a funeral is not easy.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything worse than, like, grieving and on top of that having to figure it out.
And then let's be very honest. We see it in movies where people like like argue about assets. That shit really happens. I've had people friends tell me like they're arguing about this, and it's just like somebody's dead, and y'all arguing about who finna get the house. Like what? Like to me, that is so like that is dumb. Like somebody has lost their life, somebody has died, and we over here arguing about. Oh, well, what we gonna do? Who gonna get the house? Who gonna, like, what? Like, this is why I urge people to do life planning. Like,
and
so when it's all over,
planning.
so when it's all over, we know who getting the house. We know who's doing this because that extra stress and then family members bickering for years about, like, not getting something or because somebody, like, that shit is dumb. That's so stupid. I don't like it.
It's sad. When my great-grandfather died, my great-grandmother was still alive, the baby boy came and took the boat the next day. Literally
Next day.
took the boat. Grandma was like, did somebody go fishing? Because that's what we did. And she was like, she literally called around like every child. Did so-and-so go get the boat? Come to find out, my uncle took it. And like, there was a big, like, it was like fist on. It was bad. And he was like, well, Daddy said I can get the boat. And everybody was like, well, Daddy ain't wrote that. Like, bitch, he just died, literally. He ain't been there 14 hours. Here you come.
And took the boat.
Just take it.
Hooked it up to the car and left.
Literally. Grand was like, baby, did anybody come get the boat?
That's not funny.
It's funny that. It wasn't funny then because she was having a panic attack. And she was like,
because she like, where my husband
boat? Like, oh, Lord
but
Jesus.
Did y'all see in the news where like Aretha Franklin's kids, like there was she had like a wheel, in one wheel it said like they had to go and take business classes to get to her money. And then they found like a napkin or something in the couch that said like, oh, they can have the money. And now like they had to go to court and a jury was looking at both documents to see which one they're going to honor as the will. Will in estate planning is so important. Like, no, that's not our topic, but we gotta do better.
I mean, it kind of is because so. You know, we're having this conversation about people coming in, taking stuff, and feeling like they're entitled to certain things. But at the same time, like, when you lose someone, well, when someone dies, because you don't lose them, it's not like they're a set of keys, but when someone dies, do you have what you need? Like, do you have the support that you need? And I think that's a really good question because, so... I was having my little brother called me and he was telling me that his child died, and I've been counseling for 12 years. And in the moment, I was just like, fuck, what do I do? And, like, I didn't have the words and I didn't have anything. And so I was just like, and of course, you know, I'm just like, I'll just be here. And for me, that was enough. And hopefully that was enough for him. But at the same time, it was just like, there is nothing to do. And, like, I had to acknowledge for myself, because, you know, I think there are ways to cope. Mm-hmm. And for me, in this moment, this is like when the rubber meets the road. Like, you can go to school for counseling, you can learn all the tricks of the trade, you can learn how to cope, but then it's when it happens. Are you true to, like, do you walk the talk? And, like, I had to acknowledge that, shit, the first thing I did was, like, text my best friend, was like, hey, this is what's going on. Text some other friends were just like, just letting y'all know that this is what's going on. And then, like, I take my moments, I honor, like, when I feel anything, whether it's confusion, I'm angry, I'm just exhausted, I just honor it. And then when I just don't have it, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't have it. And then I have those moments when, you know, whether I'm in the shower or I'm just in the car, and I'm just like, oh, here's a tear. Here's a stream of tears. Shit, I'm fucking crying. And so I also acknowledge that, you know, this is the inevitable. Everybody's gonna die.
Mm-hmm. Unless you come, you know, Jesus come back when you're alive.
Wait, what?
Hope you up in the rapture.
Come on, caught up in the rapture of love. I would say, like, I know we're getting to the end of the combo, but I will say that I think when you know someone's experiencing grief, I think you have to be strategic and check on them. You have to check on your friends. And being myself, like being the strong friend who's normally checking on people, strong folks, we have to learn to say that, okay, I'm not okay. Because I was very okay with saying, like, oh, I'm fine, I'm good. But really, I'm like, no, I'm not okay. And my best friend, she literally told me, like, I was texting her. She was with me in Chicago when I got the news. And she was like, you know it's okay to say, like, you're not okay. And that's when I was like, shit, because I've been telling everybody, like, oh, I'm fine. And I wasn't. So I think we just all have to, like, do a better job coping. Well, like, not coping, I'm reading the notes. You have to do better checking on each other, and then do better with being honest with your friends. Because a lot of times we don't want to display our emotions. And it's like, sometimes you just have to say it and get it off your chest. Yeah.
Because honestly, last week when we met, it was last week, right? Yeah, it was last week when we met. And you came in, you were hoarse, and I was like, because I sent you a text message afterwards and was like, you know, I didn't want to do this before the show, but I just wanted to check on you.
We met on a Wednesday, so we didn't meet on
Wednesday. We met on Monday.
On a Monday. Yeah.
So I was hoarse because I hadn't been home, and I've been out in the streets, running the streets, trying to figure out, like, okay, I don't want to talk about it. But then the next day when I finally went home after the 4th of July, I was like, yep, there it is.
Yeah. I would say this. When my cousin passed away from cancer, the preacher was up there saying, it's okay to pause. And I will acknowledge everyone, it's okay to pause and acknowledge what's going on, acknowledge your grievance, and acknowledge that you're not okay. But don't stop. Because your family wants you, your best friend wants you to stop, your mom, your dad, whoever is that person that left your life, they want you to keep living. What they have learned, the world's going. When my grandfather died, they didn't give a damn. My bill was still due. It was still due. They were like, bitch, you got to pay $99. And I'm like, bitch, my grandfather's died. They like, I don't give a fuck. So, like,
sorry to hear that. $99, please, sir.
So, like, you just have to, like, it's okay to pause, but just don't stop. I'm going to leave it with that.
I just want to say, re-saying everything that y'all said, like, it's okay not to be okay. I've recently got into that mode of letting my best friends, close friends, family, let them know that I'm not okay. And, you know, I'm looked at as, like, the turn-up person always outside, you know, like to dance. And, you know, so, like, when they call me and they be like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. Why are you reaching out? But, like, also me just being like, well, this is a vulnerable space. Like, if you're not okay, Marco, it's okay just to say that. And if you want to talk about it, okay, let's talk about it. But, just know that you have people in your circle. So everybody that's watching, make sure you reach out to your friends, your family, whoever is your strong support system.
And to close this out, so I do want to salute. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
As we close this topic about grief, I want to acknowledge that it is important to celebrate life. And so I just want to say that I appreciate all of you for how you show up in my life. And I look forward to many more.
Amen. And when you're not here, just pour one for the home.
Okay.
Pour it up.
Don't pour nothing on my... No. Don't pour it on me. My cat's going to be solid gold, baby. Don't pour nothing on me.
I was like, this what he wanted.
Child, throw some Carter on there.
Well, yes. Okay, guys. We are on Left on Red. So it's going to be really quick. How you can send us letters. We invite you to send us letters, join the conversation, and get advice. So you can do that by going to our Gmail at openrelationshippodcast@gmail.com, or you go to our website at openrelationshippodcast.com. The letter. Openrelationship Podcast. I just want to say thank you for providing a voice to everyone. You guys keep me well informed and laughing at the same damn time. Well, I am a black man with a very successful career. Yes. I recently moved from Atlanta, Georgia to Memphis, Tennessee. I joined a church there to only be asked to leave because of my homosexuality.
Lord.
Damn. I thought it was a joke because the God I serve loves everyone.
Keep reading, Rodney.
I also give 10% of my earnings and a love offering to the pastor. I don't see homosexuality as a sin. Just because you see my sin, it's others who sin in church as well. Why does the church feel like they are over God? Do you think it's okay for a church to ask you not to come and worship in a place that was built for God?
I feel like I'm always
We're doing communion right now.
I'm always the first to talk on Left on Red. I know the followers probably like, Shazam, shut the fuck up. But first and foremost, congratulations on being a successful black man who probably makes more than the pastor at the church. Secondly, right. Shout out for you following the commands of the Lord and giving 10% of your earnings as your tithes. I definitely appreciate that and I respect you for that. Find a church where you're comfortable. Not going to drag any churches or anything like that, but I think that the church is starting to become empty because of certain topics and certain things that they say and trying to rank sin. People want to rank sin as homosexuality, but then you have somebody who's in the pulpit who is beating their wife. I don't know. I'm just throwing something out there. But it's just simple that it's like, we can't rank sin. God really loves everybody, and God loves my gay ass, and he loves your gay ass too. So find a church where you're comfortable. I hate that this happened to you because a lot of people experience church hurt like this, and then they lose their relationship with God when really it's about the relationship and not all this religious red pews, red hymn book type stuff. But I'm going to leave that alone.
I'm going to say this. God made you and knew who you were and know every action you're going to do before you even make it. So if you serve a God like that, I don't see God putting all this turmoil on your life for no reason. With that being said, I don't believe gay is being a sin. Find your church who will accept you, and if you don't, just be okay with making your own church and reading the Bible for yourself and knowing the word for yourself. Because I will tell you this: the devil can't bless you, however, God been good in my life. Hallelujah, hallelujah. So I'm gonna leave it at that. You are okay to be okay, and you are perfect with who you are.
What you said was a word. I would say find a church that you feel comfortable at. I personally do not go to church, but I am spiritual. I watch church sermons from my home on YouTube because that's my space, just because of instances like this. Just find a church that accepts you, that approves of you, that wants to love you and pour into you. Yeah.
I
Take your time, Bishop.
This will go over 2 minutes.
So my thing is, I have a couple of things. So you moved from Atlanta, Georgia to Memphis, Tennessee.
Right. Oh.
You knew what it is. You knew what it was.
Oh, wait. I thought it said Memphis to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
You knew what it was.
changed
So
my opinion.
I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying this is what it is to expect. Is it like this everywhere? No. But how do I want to say this? It would be important, and this is for anybody. I don't give advice. It would be important to be aware of how you spend your energy.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are going to spend your energy asking questions about why this person doesn't accept me as opposed to where can I be accepted, you're wasting your energy.
Mm.
And also, just a quick plug. You can come worship with Open Relationship Podcast and spend your 10% here.
You sure can.
Yes,
You
you
sure
can.
can.
I see
It's a
what you
God
did.
in me.
It's a God in me.
That's why I say you can come worship with Open Relationship Podcast.
This is communion,
and not
y'all.
at Open Relationship Podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
However, because I am a God-loving individual. And with that being said, I love and accept all people. I see people with their faults. I see people in all of the glory. And that is who, if you're looking for a church, if you're looking for any kind of religious organization, if you're looking for friendships, if you're looking for a intimate partner relationship, these are the things that you should be looking for. You should go where you are accepted.
Not tolerated, Lord.
Exactly. And
Hallelujah.
it's just you're wasting energy wondering why this person doesn't accept me as opposed to where can I go and be accepted.
Amen. Well, thank you so much, Opener. I hope that helps you and
Yes.
you are loved.
Yeah. And let it fall on me.
Hey.
You can rain
What
on
was
me,
that?
all right, baby.
Okay. Which kind of rain?
Well,
We already know.
Solomon.
He told us last week. But all right.
You did.
You did.
You did.
Oh, you did.
Now you wait just 1 second.
You-
Hold on, sister.
They can follow me. Hundreds, Benjamins,
No, you didn't say
Franklins.
that
Seaman.
right.
Oh, I said Seaman too.
All right,
Baby, I'ma
openers.
own it.
All right, openers. Thank you for coming and joining the four of us as we swallow hard topics and spit difference of opinions.
See you next week.
Ew.